Namaste to one and all. This is Madhuri at Science at Your Tips. Science at your tip of the tongue and also science at your tips of the fingers. Right. So today we have a topic, how to write electronic configuration of an element. Both in shell method and also NLX method, and even we also will see about how to write electronic configuration in orbital picture method. Electron orbital picture method, right? So here coming to first one by one element we'll see, but we should know some rules and regulations are also there for this electronic configuration in NLX method. Whenever we write, we have that rules. So let us see first shell method. After that we'll see about rules, then after that NLX method and also orbital electron picture, right? So here we have an element atomic number 1. How to write electronic configuration in shell method? In shell method. Shell method means what we will do here, we'll write number of electrons present in each shell starting from first shell onwards, because it is present very nearer to the nucleus. In that shell, how many number of electrons are there? We'll put a comma, then we'll come to second shell, write the number of electrons, put a comma, then third shell number of electrons, put a comma. Like that we'll continue to write the electronic configuration, right? So in shell method, what we'll write for atom which is having the atomic number 1, just write 1. If we are having second element, we'll write just a 2. If you come to third shell, what we'll do here means element which is having atomic number 3, for that what we'll do, first shell can accommodate maximum number of electrons 2 based on the formula 2n square. 2n square. 2n square is a formula written for identifying the maximum number of electrons present in that particular shell. N means nothing but shell number. N means nothing but shell number, principal quantum number, right? So 2n square is a formula written for that, means first shell can accommodate 2 into 1 square, that is 2 into 1, it becomes a 2. Second shell can accommodate 2 into 2 square, 2 into 4, it means nothing but 8. Third shell can accommodate 2 into 3 square, it becomes a 2 into 9, that is nothing but 18. Fourth shell can accommodate 4 square means nothing but 16. 16 into 2, 32. Like that we can identify the maximum number of electrons present in that particular shell based on the formula 2n square. Right. So, coming to this element atomic number 3, what we have to do? First shell can accommodate maximum only 2. Then what happens? Next electron will enter into second shell. So, here we'll write 1. If the element atomic number is 4, what we have to do? 2 comma 2, because second shell we can write up to maximum 8 electrons. Then fifth element will have 2 comma 3, sixth element will have 2 comma 4, seventh element will have 2 comma 5, then eighth element will have 2 comma 6, ninth element will have 2 comma 7, 10th element will have 2 comma 8, right? 11th element will have 2 comma 9. Can we write? No, we have to write 2 comma 8 comma 1. This is, I am saying only in shell method. We didn't go up till now to NLX method. There again some rules and regulations are there. So just simply we'll identify how to write electron configuration in shell method. After that we'll see that. So 2 comma 8 comma 1, 12 atomic number, 2 comma 8 comma 2, like that we can proceed. And one thing we have to remember, except first shell. Again, anyway, we know already that every rule will have some exceptional case. So first we'll see the rule, then we'll see what is the exceptional case. Any electron wants to enter into ultimate shell, before shell should be filled with 8 electrons compulsory. Means if the electron wants to enter into fifth shell, fourth shell electrons, how many should be? 8. After that only ninth electron will enter into fifth shell. If electron wants to enter into third shell, second shell should be completely filled with 8 electrons. If electron wants to enter into fourth shell, third shell should be filled with 8 electrons. One exceptional case here, in second shell electron is entering, but first shell is not filled with 8 electrons because it cannot be filled. Why it cannot be filled? Because only one subshell is there, S subshell. S subshell has only one orbital. In one orbital, how many electrons will fit? Only 2 electrons. That is why only 2 electrons in first shell, right? So that is a exceptional case. Remaining all cases, you have to remember this rule. Last shell means if electron wants to enter into the ultimate shell, penultimate shell means before shell should be filled with the 8 electrons compulsory. Then only the next electron will enter into the ultimate shell, right? So here also from if you take atomic number 12, 282 we have written. If you go to 13, 283 will write. Like that, if you take 20 atomic number, what will write here? 2, 8, 10 completed. Next 8, right? Next electron, where it will enter here? Actually third shell can accommodate 18 electrons, but we are not writing that 18 electrons. After 8 electrons are filled in third shell, next electron will enter into the fourth shell. So here 2 electrons we are writing for atomic number 20. If you come to atomic number 19 also we write the same thing, 2, 8, 8, 1, right? 2, 8, 8, 1. So after third shell is completed with 8 electrons, next electron is entering into the fourth shell. Like that we have to continue writing the electronic configuration in one element with the help of the shell method, right? So we are going to arrange the electrons systematically, in the shells in shell method. That is nothing but the electronic configuration in shell method. Now we will see about the another method here, which is called as NLX method. So what is this NLX method? Here we have 3 symbols, N, L and also X. What is N? N means nothing but principal quantum number, which we have discussed already. Principal quantum number. Previous video we have already discussed about the quantum numbers. There you can check that. So principal quantum number we will write. That is nothing but actually what is this? Shell number. Shell number is nothing but the principal quantum number. Then what about this L? L is nothing but azimuthal quantum number value of the subshell. Means value we will not write here. Subshell name we will write. Based on the azimuthal quantum number value, subshell name will be written here. So here I am writing subshell name. Name of the subshell. Then what is X here? X is nothing but number of electrons present in that particular subshell. Not all the electrons present in that element. Electrons present in that particular subshell we will write here with the help of the symbol X here, right? So whenever we are writing this electronic configuration, first of all we should have some idea